Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to another weekly forecast. And yes, I have made it back from my amazing adventure over in Qatar. I went there to watch the F1, and the F1 is absolutely amazing. Big F1 fan, but we are back and we have to get back to work. It's not like I was away and not trading. We were still making money over in a different country, and that's the benefits of trading because you can sort of trade from anywhere, right? And that's exactly why it's quite a popular but very tricky business to be in. But here we are. I'm going to quickly run over the VIP results. Quickly give my thoughts on how this week went, what my psychology was going through as I was trading, and then we're going to quickly run into next week's forecast and what I'll be expecting. Right, so let's start off. We have Tuesday. We had our two trades on Tuesday, which we ended up taking, and then the one trade that we took yesterday on Friday, which added up to a nice 2.5%. If you guys are, I want to mention this at the start of the video. Take a look at this deal that we have going on with Forex here, providing that 75% first deposit bonus if you join through Forexy, and that is the broker that I also use as well myself. Absolutely fantastic in terms of like the withdrawal times and just keeping that support with Andre. He's always there whenever you need him. But you will get access to VIP for free as long as you trade, and you can also get access to copy trading, which I have set up, but I'm not promoting it too much yet. Just setting up at the moment. So if you guys are interested, please be sure to sort of use the link and message me if you ever need to. Anyway, let's go straight into the charts. So look here. So we had Tuesday, which was this day here, and that was right about this pump that we got. And I believe that this is New York time anyway. And this is what we were looking for. We were expecting price to take out the highs. And the reason why I was expecting that at that point was because of the way that price action was moving. It was slowly moving up here, and then this was just before this purple area. And again, the purple area is the New York session, which I tend to mainly trade. And once I saw price pushing up towards this high, I was expecting price to take out these highs, respect this, create a reversal pattern, and then push back to the lows again, which is exactly what I did. But that was just for take profit one. What I was mainly expecting for was for this low to get taken out, and then for this low to get taken out, right? What ended up happening was price then started consolidating, and then we got a little tap here, and at this point we were out at entry based off this. Price hit our entry line, and then what happened then is price decided to take the highs out again, another liquidity collection, and then that's when price just basically ended up falling right there. And this was on the Thursday, and it was towards the end of the Thursday day, right basically here, after like say 3 p.m. UK time sort of thing. Just when New York session opened, price went, took out these lows, and then what happened overnight? Boom, took out those lows. So now all of the sell side has now been taken. So the liquidity above got taken here, but there's still liquidity sitting on that green line, so I'll keep that green line there. Liquidity sitting above here, and liquidity potentially sitting up here. This and this has now been collected, right? So what I normally would do is go and remove this green line here. Now what we're looking for is we're looking for a structure break, and that's exactly what happened here prior NFP. Well, this was overnight, wasn't it? As price dropped, took out the liquidity, and price broke back above a swing point, which means that if price retraces, I'm going to be looking for buys to push higher. And that then leads us on to Friday's trade, where price did push down. We had a bit of NFP craziness going on here, which I expected. Waited for it, seeing that price was wanted to climb from here, and then we ended up getting in a buy. This was then shared on the free channel as just a sort of analysis. So if you guys are already in the buy and I end up sending it as well, it can kind of create, add confidence to your setup, and you'll feel a bit more confident if someone else is also in it as well. And then this was a nice 100 pip trade right there. Take profit was around about say 36. That was the initial one, and then price went up, and I was saying take partials as it goes. Really was expecting for this high to get taken out. That was my main aim for a continuation higher, but price just failed. It just failed, and prices started falling down. And at that point, I decided to say to the VIPs that feel free to close. I'm not going to be holding over the weekend. However, what we potentially still would get, in my opinion, is this then leads us into next week's forecast, and I am still looking for price to then push back out again. You want to see price to break out of this range and then to start attacking these highs. The reason I say this is if we start moving to the higher time frames now, and just remove this, remove this, remove this, and then remove the fib tool right there. If we move to the high time frame, yes, we do have this liquidity level here which has not been taken, right? Price is now pushed up and it's failing to push those high. If we don't see any bullish moves from here, like something like this, so where price actually decides to give us a nice pump, if we don't see any of this, this will then start pushing towards this big wick right here, start pushing down. And then if this low gets breached, then what you'll start to see is you start to see price starting to attack this low and then this low. So it's a very, very interesting sort of scenario that we've got on our hands, because we've still got loads of liquidity sitting up here. So we'd like to sort of wait to see exactly what happens after this sort of NFP release going into next week. It's a tricky one. There's a bit of both that both biases are at play here. But for myself, looking at this chart based off this sort of weekly fair value gap on the higher time frames, going to a new example would be saying that if you are quite confused, you then go to the higher time frames. Now the higher time frames at the moment, you can see that price did drop down to this weekly fair value gap, right? Broke some of these lows, but then price then pushed back above this area here. It then respected a daily fair value gap here, which is what dropped the price back down. And then we also have another daily fair value gap right there. And price is respecting that. As you can see, there's no bodies closing above. Price gets into that and keeps pushing back down. So now price is starting to skew up together. We need a really big break here for price to push up. So with yesterday's move based off NFP, my bias is slowly starting to turn into that bearish mode again, because with NFP we expected for price to fly. After that retest, it's had all its retests, it needs to just go and start attacking these highs. But what did it do? Stop at this first barrier and start pushing down again, which tells me going into next week that we could potentially see price push back down to the lows here. If you start to get that, then you're likely to see this low get breached as the main target for the week. And then you want to see what then happens, because if price does another one like that, saying that, right, now it's time to attack the highs, then you're going to get a clean move towards these highs, because all the lows are now collected, all the highs are still sitting here. So that's what I'll be looking for. Initially trying to see if price can start attacking these lows here. Fine, take out the lows, wait for the reversal pattern, and then if you get that, you're going to get a clean, impulsive move in a way to attack these highs, because they're still sitting there. So that's pretty much it for the weekly forecast. And just off the back of this point here, if you start seeing price attack these highs here, that's when we'll start turning around into that bullish scenario, because price is now retraced. It's done its retracement, price is impulse back out. And then on the higher time frames, it should align us up to start attacking that all-time high. It's a very interesting thing going into the new year. Hope you guys have missed me. Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And it's been Awais FX. Peace out.